You probably felt it before you could explain it. Something was off. Not always, but enough. He was sweet sometimes, present sometimes, but there were these small things that felt too minor to bring up but too consistent to ignore. Those small things have a name. And after this video, you will never unsee them. Because men who take women for granted always leave the same trail. Always. And it starts way earlier than you think. Subscribe now so you won't miss the next videos. Let's talk about it. Sign 1. He only reaches out when it's convenient for him. Think about the timing of his messages. He texts you late at night when he has nothing else going on. He calls you on a Monday when his week is slow. He shows up warm and available on a Tuesday afternoon. But Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, gone. He disappears exactly when his social life picks up and reappears when it goes quiet. You're not a priority in his schedule. You're what fills the gaps. And here's what makes this sign so easy to miss. When he does reach out, it feels good. He's charming. He's attentive. So you focus on those moments instead of asking why they only happen on his terms. Start paying attention to when he contacts you, not just how. A man who values you doesn't only think about you when it's convenient. He makes time because he wants to, not because he has nothing better to do. Sign 2. He disappears on weekends. This one is so specific it's almost uncomfortable to say out loud. During the week he's present. He texts, he checks in, he seems interested. But the moment Friday evening hits, he goes quiet. Whole weekend passes. Maybe a short message Sunday night to keep the thread alive. And you spend those 48 hours convincing yourself he's just busy. He has his own life. You don't want to seem needy. But here's the truth. Weekends are when people make plans with who actually matters to them. Weekends are when he sees his friends, goes out, lives his real life, and you are not in that life. You're the version of connection he keeps for the quiet moments, the background option, the one he'll get to when the weekend is over. You deserve to be someone's Friday night, not just their Monday morning. Sign 3. He makes zero effort to make you feel special. He never plans anything. It's always you suggesting where to go, what to do, when to meet. He doesn't remember the things you told him matter to you. You mentioned your favorite restaurant once and he never brought it up again. You told him about something important happening in your life, and he forgot to ask how it went. He doesn't bring you things, not gifts, not even a coffee. Not because he can't afford to, but because it simply doesn't occur to him. Making you feel good is not something he thinks about. And when you bring it up, when you finally say you'd love it if he planned something, he does it once, reluctantly, and then goes right back to the same pattern. A man who genuinely wants you thinks about what makes you smile. He pays attention. He remembers. He shows up with the small things because the small things are how you show someone they live in your head rent-free. If he's never once gone out of his way to make you feel chosen, he hasn't chosen you. Sign 4. He doesn't make you feel protected. This is not about him being physically strong. This is about how safe you feel around him emotionally. When someone disrespects you in front of him, he stays quiet. When you're going through something hard, he changes the subject. When you're scared or overwhelmed, he makes it feel like an inconvenience. He never checks if you got home safe. He never walks you to your car. He never steps in when something makes you uncomfortable. You have never once felt like someone was in your corner. And the worst part is you've normalized it. You've told yourself you don't need protecting, that you're strong enough to handle things alone. Maybe you are, but you shouldn't have to be. Not when you're with someone. A man who values you wants you to feel safe, not because you're weak, but because protecting what he cares about comes naturally to him. If being with him feels exactly the same as being alone, he is not showing up as a partner. He is just occupying space in your life. Sign 5. He makes you feel like you ask for too much. You asked him to text you when he got home. He called you clingy. You asked to see him more than once a week. He said you were moving too fast. You expressed that something hurt you. He said you were being dramatic. Every time you had a need, a completely normal human need, it was framed as a problem, as too much, as something you should work on. So you started shrinking. You stopped asking. You convinced yourself that wanting more was your flaw. It was never your flaw. Wanting consistency is not clingy. Wanting to be prioritized is not needy. Wanting someone to show up for you emotionally is not dramatic. Those are the basic requirements of a relationship. And a man who makes you feel guilty for having them is not someone who wants a relationship. He wants the comfort of your presence without the responsibility of actually being there for you. You were never too much. You were with someone who was not enough. Sign 6. He never talks about a real future with you. You've been in whatever this is for months, maybe longer. And every time the subject comes up, what are we? Where is this going? Are we exclusive? He changes the subject. He says he doesn't like labels. He says he's not ready. He says things are good the way they are. Why complicate it? But here's what he's actually saying. I want everything you offer without being accountable for any of it. He wants your time, your attention, your loyalty, your emotional investment, the comfort of having someone, the intimacy, all of it, with zero commitment in return. And the longer you accept the situation without a clear answer, the more he understands that he doesn't need to give you one to keep you around. Here's the truth about a man who is serious about you. He doesn't let you wonder. He doesn't keep you in a gray area for months. He doesn't make you feel like asking for a real relationship is asking for too much. When a man wants you, truly wants you, he makes it official because the last thing he wants is to leave room for someone else to come in and give you what he's been withholding. If he's been stalling for more than a few months with no clear reason and no real progress, he already made his decision. He's just waiting to see how long you'll accept not having yours. You are not someone's maybe. Stop waiting to be chosen by someone who already had the option and kept leaving it on the table. Here's what I need you to understand. None of these signs require a dramatic confrontation or a big conversation. They speak for themselves, clearly, consistently, over time. The question was never whether the signs were there. The question was whether you were ready to see them for what they were instead of what you hoped they meant. And now you are. So when you meet someone new, watch how he acts on a Friday night. Notice if he reaches out first. Pay attention to whether he remembers what you told him. Feel whether you feel safe or just tolerated. Those early moments are not random. They are who he is. And you, the woman watching this, deserve someone whose natural behavior makes you feel valued. Not someone you have to train, beg, or convince to treat you well. The right one won't make it this hard. If this video described a situation you're in right now, save it. Watch it again when you need the reminder, and send it to a friend who needs to hear this today. Subscribe because next week I'm going into exactly what to do the moment you recognize these signs. Before you're in too deep. You saw it. That's the first step. Now act like the woman who knows better. Let's go.